Season's greetings, friends. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Alicia, and today I'm sharing with you something really fun. We're gonna be having a Muppet Christmas Carol family movie night. So the past couple years, I have been doing themed movie nights. So our very first one was Home Alone. That was a lot of fun. And then last year we did Jingle All the Way. It was Turbo Time Tacos. But tonight we're gonna be doing a Muppet Christmas Carol. One of my absolute favorite movies to watch. I've always been a humongous Muppets fan. I loved the original Muppet Babies when they used to show that way back in the day. Can't find it anymore for some reason, but if you know of ways, let me know, please. For today, what we're gonna be making, I'm gonna be making a few different things. For dinner, we're going to be having Miss Piggy's pork-free sliders. So no ham whatsoever. We're gonna be using some turkey. This would actually be good to do like a few nights after Thanksgiving if you happen to have leftover turkey, but because this is several days out, I'm actually just gonna use some deli turkey, but I am gonna make it kind of like a holiday-ish. So I'm gonna put some cranberry sauce on it and then some cheese, and I'm gonna bake it in the oven. These are also called funeral sandwiches, if you guys are familiar with those. I know it's like a terrible name, but that's how I'm gonna be making them. I'm also gonna be making Rizzo's mozzarella sticks because he's a rat and he likes cheese, so mozzarella sticks. For vegetables, because we need something somewhat healthy, we're gonna do Ghost of Christmas Present platter. So in the movie, there's a scene where you see the Ghost of Christmas Present and he's surrounded by vegetables. So I thought I would make like a fun little vegetable wreath or like a Christmas tree, like something fun and festive. So we're gonna do that. I'm also gonna make Kermit's Christmas punch. It's gonna be green with Jello. I've never tried it. I've seen it on all recipes or on Pinterest or something, so I'm gonna give it a try. And then for dessert, it's actually in the oven right now because I wanted to make sure it had enough time to cook. We're gonna be making the Cratchit's cast iron skillet apple cobbler. So apples are also throughout the film as well, but I thought that would just be a nice warm and cozy Christmassy vibe in my opinion. So that's what it's already in the oven. We have a lot of things to do, and be sure to watch throughout the whole video because I'm gonna be giving some really fun Easter eggs away. I did a ton of research, just kind of looking more into the movie, and there's also, if you have the DVD, watch the features. I don't know if it's on Disney Plus, if you can watch the special added bonus stuff, but a lot of good stuff, so make sure you're watching and let's start. So I just got done making my cranberry sauce. I've been making this for years. Every Thanksgiving I make it, and it's really easy to do. I will just write out the recipe down below. All the recipes are gonna be written out down below for you guys, along with a blog post. Hopefully that'll be up also with this video, but if not, it'll come later. Cranberry sauce is definitely gonna be going onto these turkey sliders. They're gonna be so good. I wanna get started on my vegetable platter. I have all of these vegetables here. I'm going to just cut them up. I just actually did an Aldi haul not that long ago featuring all this stuff, so I'll include that if you're interested in what I picked up. But I'm thinking a wreath is gonna be the easiest thing to do. These are already rinsed and ready to go, so I'm just gonna start chopping and making a little wreath.
The first thing I'm actually gonna be working on is the little bow that you will see on the very end of the wreath. So I am cutting a bell pepper. I'm using a red bell pepper, and I'm cutting it into thirds or fourths, whatever you can, and then just removing the stems and the seeds from inside. And then I'm going to leave two larger portions for the actual bow, and then I'm going to cut one of those sections into two little ribbon strands just for the ribbon that comes out of the bow, and then just use the other bell peppers for another time or incorporate them into the wreath. While I am cutting up the rest of the vegetables and placing them on the platter, I thought we would talk about the very first Easter egg. So in the original book, A Christmas Carol, Jacob Marley did not have a brother, as we see in the Muppets Christmas Carol. But in order to use both Statler and Waldorf, the brothers that we always see and love together, Brian Henson, he created a character named Robert Marley, or short Bob Marley, which is just a really subtle reference to Bob Marley and the Wailers. And so that song that they sing, the Where Marley and Marley song, and then they go, ooh, that is just an homage to Bob Marley and the Wailers. And I had no clue about that until I started doing some deep diving. So what a really fun reference.
Look at how cute that looks. I'm actually gonna do hummus. I found hummus that we actually need to eat. So I'm gonna do that instead of making some ranch. It'll be way easier. So I'm just gonna plop this all in here. But you can definitely do like a veggie like dip or something in here. Guys, that took like no time. That took probably like 5 minutes. Even like to take to someone's like house or something. Super cute, super, super cute. So the next thing we're gonna make is some Kermit's Christmas Punch. Now, I'm gonna include the recipe down below, but I'm tweaking it massively just based off of the reviews. So this should turn out kind of green because we are using lime green gelatin. I'm not going to be adding like any type of food coloring or anything in case the color is off. We're just going to give this a go. Also, I was trying to find Limeade. Per the reviews, they said the Limeade was really good, but all I could find was lemonade, some pineapple juice, and some ginger ale. So what I'm going to do first is I already have water boiling. I'm going to put in half of this because I only needed 3 ounces and this is 6 ounces. They didn't sell it any smaller. So I'm going to do half of this in here and add some boiling water to it and let it cool for a second before I mix it all together with the rest of the ingredients. All right, again, so I'm just going to be using half of this because they didn't sell it any smaller. I'll be honest, the only time I really use Jello is when I make my lemon pudding cake. Like, that's the only time. All right, and this was boiling water, so I'm gonna add it to the 2-cup line. Ooh, that's super green. Holy smokes. Oh man, I bet you can make this for like the Grinch too. Okay, so I'm gonna let this just hang out for a few minutes so it's not super hot. It smells good too, yum. So this has been sitting here for probably a little bit over 5 minutes. It's still a little bit warm, but I'm just gonna start putting all this stuff in here because I want to start putting it in the fridge to cool down pretty good before I serve it. So this is kind of frozen, that'll help, pretty sure. This is 46 ounces of pineapple juice, but I'm only gonna use half of it. And then the recipe says to add in the ginger ale like right when I'm about to serve it. I'm gonna dump that in here. It'll probably won't be as green anymore, but we'll see. Huh. I'm making Kermit's Christmas Punch.
What is it?
Ooh, it's like lime jello with lemonade and pineapple juice. Yeah, I know. We'll see how. We'll try it in a little bit. I need to let it chill for a little bit, and then I'm gonna add in the ginger ale right as we're about to serve it. But I'm gonna stick this in the fridge. So that is pretty much done. So it's been a long time since I've made mozzarella sticks, and I've never made them in the air fryer, so this is gonna be quite the experience, I think. But I do need to get on these pretty much right away. In fact, you could probably do this like the day before because you can freeze these like for a really long time before air frying them. And I think you need them to be somewhat frozen so that they don't melt in the air fryer, if that makes sense, because you still need the breading to crisp up, but you don't want the cheese to go all over the place. So I have 3 bowls here. In this bowl, I have 2 eggs with a tablespoon of water. Here I have some panko breadcrumbs, regular like Italian seasoned breadcrumbs with some garlic powder, and then this one I have some flour with salt and pepper. And then over here I have a parchment paper lined cookie sheet, because once the dipping begins, I'll stick them all on here and then stick them in the freezer for like 30 minutes while I get the sandwiches ready, because I'm pretty much done after that. All right, so the order goes into the eggs, then into the flour, just a little like light coating like that, and then we'll just tap the side, and then back into the egg mixture and into the bread crumb mixture. So these are going to be like really nice and light and not as greasy as you would like regular mozzarella sticks. And probably just a lot faster too. All right, I'm just gonna hurry up and do the rest of them.
This may not be an actual Easter egg, but this might be something that you've just never noticed before when watching the movie. And this has to do with the song The Love Is Gone, which Belle sings to Ebenezer Scrooge, and then their relationship ends. Well, at the very, very end of the movie, they end up singing the same song, but they change the words to The Love We Found. And so it's kind of like a nice emotional like bookend to tie the whole movie together. And so when they originally made the film, they actually cut that song from the theatrical version because they thought it was just too heavy for kids to understand that. So they cut that, but then that means that the song at the end has no meaning or value to it. It would just make no sense. So I never understood why they did that. So that's why I always recommend watching the extended version whenever you can, so you can hear that song, and it makes everything just seem more complete.
So there really wasn't enough for the breadcrumb topping. So I would probably use one less cheese stick or just increase the amount of breadcrumbs. I actually used more than what the recipe called for. But anyway, this is what we got going on. I'm gonna stick this in the freezer for at least like 30 minutes. Beyond excited for this recipe. So these are going to be those pork-free turkey sliders. This is like my favorite combo. If you guys are familiar with Earl of Sandwich, they always have like this holiday sandwich which has all of the like pretty much Thanksgiving dinner in one sandwich, and that's my favorite one by far. So I am beyond happy for this. So we have some turkey that I got from Aldi, some provolone or like Havarti would be another good one, or Gouda, some cranberry sauce. I'm going to use a little bit on only half of the sandwiches because not everyone enjoys cranberries, which is crazy to me. Some Hawaiian rolls. I have some butter to make the sauce because you are going to make like a little sauce to pour over it, and we're going to bake them. Some brown sugar, Worcestershire, yellow mustard, and some garlic powder and onion powder. This comes together very fast. So this is the very last thing that I am doing just because of how quickly it goes. Alright, so my oven is still preheated from when I pulled out the apple cobbler, which by the way, it's a little warm still, but I'm so excited. This is gonna be so scrumptious. Okay, so I'm gonna melt down my butter in like just a really small saucepan. Oh, and also some people like poppy seeds. Now, my husband might or might not be allowed to have them. He has like a little digestive issue, so we're not gonna try it. So I always leave the poppy seeds out just in case it does, you know, a doozy on him. So, but we don't know. But anyway, a lot of people like poppy seeds, so you can definitely include it in the sauce. This is where you would throw it in.
Violating some HIPAA laws there.
I'm sorry. And I'm eyeballing everything. I'll write everything down. I just don't like measuring. It's just one more thing to do, and I don't like doing it. Worcestershire. My favorite combo though of these sliders is ham and like Swiss. That is so delicious, but obviously Miss Piggy would be very offended by that. So, and Belinda and Bettina, that's her name. All right, then we have our garlic powder, so a little bit of that. Is no one making onion powder anymore? All I could find, Costco had nothing, because I used to get garlic and onion powder at Costco. Now they only do this, and then they do garlic onion flakes. What is it? Oh, minced onion. Like what happened? Like this is the old stuff. This is all they sell, and the same with at Costco. I can't find like just straight onion powder anymore. But I don't want that. I want just the powder in here. I'm thinking about using like double the amount of turkey here. That's what I'm thinking. We'll see how that goes. But what you do for your rolls is you're not gonna take these out individually. You're just gonna leave them like as one large roll, and you're going to cut right here so that it makes like a big flap top, like a big flat top basically. So 2 large portions. So you're gonna grab yourself a 9x13 dish. Here we go. See, it just comes off just like that. So the bottom layer on the very bottom of your pan. So I'm thinking, like I mentioned, I think I'm gonna double the turkey. Well, we'll see what I can do here. This is supposed to make 12 sandwiches. Now the cranberry sauce, so I'm just gonna do on half. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And then my husband his Hungarian force is extra, so he is asking for extra turkey. So first though is gonna be the cheese. So again, you could do Havarti or Gouda, but we're going with provolone. I'm not gonna do too much cheese because we are still having those cheese sticks, you know, so. Oh, Munster would be good too. All right, and then per my hubby's request, more turkey. So I've got the rest of the turkey on here, and we're just gonna cover it all up with the other half of the buns, just like that. Oh, also you can also use Dijon mustard if you don't like regular like yellow mustard. All right, so this is just gonna go right over the top. Now, some recipes also say like you can keep this in the fridge. I never usually do. I usually just make it right away. But like if you let it soak in the fridge overnight, all the butter gets soaked into the tops of the breads and stuff. So it smells divine. All right, that is it. Into a 375-degree oven for like 15-20 minutes. And dinner is ready. Oh, I am gonna mention that. So this is our where we keep all of our like Christmas films and whatnot. But this, you guys, absolutely amazing. This was like a TV. I want to say this was aired on TV. My parents actually recorded it. So I have a VHS of it recorded off of TV with like the original commercials and stuff. I believe, Dan, did you buy this for me?
Yes.
Okay, he bought this for me, I believe, off eBay, like, I don't even know, like 15 years ago maybe. I do have the original still. I did transfer it to DVD, which is incredible because it shows like all like the old McDonald's, old like Coke commercials, and it's really fun to watch. But if you have not seen this, try to get some clips on YouTube. It's a really, really good movie. But this is actually what we're here for tonight. Even though we have Disney Plus, we would rather use like what we have in just to use what we have because we bought this for a reason. So, and plus, again, I think all like the bonus, like the extra like bonus features and whatnot is on here too. So, and we like to watch the bloopers. The bloopers are great.
Well, how about bonus features? You're not going to set up, are you? Okay, have it your way.
So there is 2 versions here. You don't want to do the theatrical version. You want to do the full screen. I'm just saying this because there's a song that gets cut from the theatrical version. And so you need that song for everything to kind of make sense because the end song wraps into this song that they cut. So definitely select the one with the song. Everything is all set up. I didn't do all of the mozzarella sticks because I want them to freeze up a little bit more. So if I need to do more, I can just pop them in the air fryer for 5 minutes. They come together very fast. And then I just warmed up some marinara sauce, but everything is ready. These are fresh out of the oven. They look so delicious. They smell really good too. That tastes actually way better than I thought it was gonna taste. I just had like just a tiny bit, and do not add sugar. Whatever you do, the recipe says add sugar, but do not do that. Okay, so everything's ready. So we need to eat so that we can have dessert.
Our third Easter egg. So pay attention to the signage throughout the film. There's a lot of meanings behind a lot of the storefronts or signs that you'll see throughout the movie. But one in particular that I really love, there's actually a couple that I really love, but one in particular, there is a shot at the very end whenever Ebenezer comes to realize that he's been a stingy old man and wants to buy everything. But there's a sign called Micklewhite's. Now that actually is Michael Caine's real name. His real name is Maurice Joseph Micklewhite, I think Jr. But I thought that was so cool. I never knew that. So Michael Caine is not his real name. But I am going to include the other signs in my blog post because I think they're also equally cool. And for our dessert, it is so easy, you guys, like ridiculously easy. We are making the Cratchit's cast iron apple cobbler. It is ridiculously easy. So what you're going to start off doing is adding some butter to a cast iron skillet. This is like 12 inches, and you're going to let it melt down. Add in some apples. This is rough. I think it's like four medium size, I would say, Granny Smith apples that I peeled and sliced. And then I'm just going to let it saute kind of in the butter just to get a little soft. I'm also adding in some cinnamon and some nutmeg. And then for the batter itself, we're just combining some flour, sugar, baking powder, milk, some vanilla, and adding that just right over the top of those apples and baking it in the oven for about 35 to 40 minutes. And you're going to want to have this cobbler warm with a scoop of vanilla ice cream, or in my case, I prefer whipped cream to ice cream, but I'm weird, I guess. And you guys, thank you so much for watching. This is the end of our Muppets Christmas Carol movie night. Hopefully you get some new recipes to try out for your next Christmas movie night. Let me know, what movie should I do next? There are so many Christmas movies I want to do, but I really only have time to do one a year, or one during the season, that is. But let me know what I should do next year. And guys, thanks again for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Merry Christmas, friends.